There seems to be no end to the war and suffering in Gaza.
مجاعة احنا كوننا في الشمال كل الشمال جعان. فيش شي نتفة خبز. وصلنا لدرجة انه ناكل اكل الحمير، اكل البقر، اكل البهايم.
Amid all of this, there is one big announcement that has come which might change the outcome of this war. The West Bank's Palestinian Authority government has resigned. On February 27th, Mohammed Shtayyeh, the Palestinian Prime Minister, gave his resignation.
أن المرحلة القادمة وتحدياتها تحتاج إلى ترتيبات حكومية وسياسية جديدة تأخذ بالاعتبار الواقع المستجد في قطاع غزة ومحادثات الوحدة الوطنية والحاجة الملحة إلى توافق فلسطيني مستند إلى أساس وطني ومشاركة واسعة ووحدة الصف وإلى بسط السلطة على كامل أرض فلسطين.
To give some context, this is the map of the region before the war. Gaza was ruled by the Hamas militants, and the West Bank, another part of Palestine, was ruled by the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian Authority was created around 30 years ago after the Oslo Accords. Oslo Accords is the time when Israel and Palestine first formally recognized each other. The Palestinian Authority exercises limited governments over parts of the occupied West Bank, but lost power in Gaza following a factional struggle with Hamas in 2007. Today, the Palestinian Authority is dominated by Fatah, the party of Mahmoud Abbas, Palestine's president. He is said to be closer and more accepted to the United States.
With respect to both the resignation and a future government, ultimately the leadership of the Palestinian Authority is a question for the Palestinians themselves to decide. It's not a matter that I'm going to comment on from here. But we do welcome steps for the PA to reform and revitalize itself.
With the resignation of the current government, the US has called for a reformed Palestinian Authority to take charge of all Palestinian territories after the end of the war. The West Bank has seen increased violence ever since the war broke out. The people of the West Bank are still skeptical whether this move is expected to bring any real change.
يعني تغيرت الحكومة أو لم تتغير، هذه حكومة تأتي بقرار أمريكي وقرار احتلالي، فالشخوص الموجودة فيها لا تعني شيء. هم ببدلوا شخوص، ولكن بالمضمون هذه حكومة أوسلو وحكومة التنسيق الأمني وحكومة الأمريكان، وبالتالي هي تأتي استحقاق لما يريده الأمريكان، لا لما فعلا يجري على الأرض والحاجة الفلسطينية لذلك.
In his statement while resigning, Mohammed Shtayyeh said that the next stage would require the extension of authority over the entire land, Palestine. This is the solution that even the US seems to want. Yet officially, there has been no word about who will take on the role of the next Prime Minister and when the next elections will be. Although former World Bank official Mohammed Mustafa is said to take over the West Bank, there is also no clarity whether Palestinian Authority would take control of Gaza. For now, the only demand and focus is on ceasefire in Gaza.
The moment that we do have a ceasefire on ground, a temporary that will evolves into a permanent, then we could talk about the new government in Palestine. Then we could talk about governments that will be able to take over responsibilities in Gaza as it does in the West Bank.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today Newsmo.